every Shanti mantra have got every Upanishad has got Shanti mantra. And whereas Taittiriya Upanishad has got 3 Shanti mantras. How is it that? So generally accepted tradition is, now every Upanishad belongs to some Veda. So in that Veda, whatever Shanti mantras are discussed or been mentioned by the Rishi, so among them one Shanti mantra will be taken. Say for an example, a Upanishad belongs to Rig Veda. So the one Shanti mantra generally taken any Upanishad which is part of Rig Veda, one is Purnamada, for example. Ishavasya Upanishad is a part of Rig Veda. There we take Purnamada, for example. And every Veda, it is not only one Shanti mantra is there. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever is there. It can be there. So when the Upanishad comes, among 2, 3, 4 or 5, any one Shanti mantra they can pick up. Now, why did they pick up that Shanti mantra? For that, there are 2 reasons, has been told. As I already told, that Upanishad belongs to that particular Veda. So, what are the Shanti mantras are listed in that Veda, from there they take. And second, most rational thing is, so when the Rishi felt, or when he experienced this Upanishadic teachings, during that time, whatever the Shanti mantra, it came to his mind, or whichever the Shanti mantra is beneficial for him or for his people, students while teaching, whichever the Shanti mantra is beneficial for him at that moment when he felt, so he has used that. Afterwards, as a part of tradition, we are following it. Okay. Now, Taittiriya Upanishad is a very big Upanishad which has got 3 main chapters: Bhruguvalli, Brahmananda Valli, and Shiksha Valli. Now, every Valli has got different Shanti mantras actually. Now, why it is? Because it doesn't belong to only one Rishi. That whole Taittiriya Upanishad, if you see, that doesn't belong to one Rishi. So it belongs to few Rishis. So that's the reason probably each Rishi took different Shanti mantras which belong to the Vedas. So basically the Shanti mantra is, it is like a Mangala sloka. If you read Nyaya Shastra textbooks and all, they discuss, beginning itself they do Mangalacharana, and afterwards they discuss. Sometimes they go discussion after few pages, few arguments, why there is a need of Mangala Charana, or invoking verse, what is the pros and cons, if you do what happens, if you don't do what happens, and about the facts and figures. Even people have done, but still they had some problems, and people didn't do it, but still they didn't have problems. Then how it is to be believed? All these discussions has happened. So basically they're invoking the blessings of the divine, or preparing one's own mind, praying with prayer, preparing one's own mind to start his study of the Upanishads, to start his study or hear and understand. So it is preparing the mind, basically, Shanti mantras. Yeah. And also I think Pranam Chatterjee also had some question.
No, so with tradition, whatever Shanti mantra is associated to whatever Upanishad, we have to follow that.
Yes. That's what I think.
Yes, Mr. Chatterjee.
And traditionally, the Shanti mantra will be chanted at the beginning and at the end also. At the end of the learning or at the end of the class. At the beginning of the class and at the end of the class. Shanti mantra is chanted traditionally, I must say. Whoever is traditionally learning or whatever doing, so if you can follow it, so at the beginning and the end, both has to be done. If not, at least beginning, it has to be done. Yeah. So I had shared with you the Madalasas,
Yes.
what do you say, singing or bhajan, beautiful songs. With meaning also I had shared, yeah. And I think, thank you. I think some of you have sent a pranami. Malvika Di gave me. Thank you for some of you had sent a pranami. Yeah.
So is Mr. Chatterjee asking the question, or we are going to the discussion?
No, my question is different. My question is a little not on the Shanti Mantra, but I only asked Maharaj separately that how the thought in a person mind is generated. Is it through the influence of Maya, which is already a power of Param Brahma? So that was my question. So, that's the thing.
Okay. So, how the thought is what do you say,
The
produced.
thought is
The thought is
generated. How
produced.
it is generated? Like I have to attend this class.
Hmm.
There is a positive thought that I have to attend the class. Who is generating the thought in my mind? Who is
I think,
controlling my thought?
okay, okay. I think these things we have discussed in detail are in a way in a Drugdrushya Viveka. If you heard my Drugdrushya Viveka classes, you'll be able to understand. For example, for any perception or thinking, there are two things or three things are required. For perception, you need consciousness, Atman or Brahman. Then you need mind. Then the third is sense organs. These three are essential for any external perceptions. Okay. Now, internal perception or especially thinking, then what about thinking? For thinking, you need consciousness and you need mind also. Now, thoughts are produced where? Thoughts are produced in the realm of Maya only. Because beyond Maya, there is no mind. Mind cannot reach beyond Maya. There is only consciousness, non duality or consciousness. Since there is only consciousness or non duality, then there is no question of what to think and what not to think, what to do and what not to do. All these things doesn't come at all. So whatever you are thinking, either good thoughts or bad thoughts or whatever, holy thoughts, unholy thoughts, all are under the realm of Maya only. All are under the realm of Maya only. Now, how these thoughts are generated? For example, you said, I wish to attend your class. I wish to attend this Swami Vivekananda's Complete Works class or Vedanta class. Why did it get to you? Because, because of the actions you done in this present life and also in the past life. Actions means, so again, generally we mistake it only for physical actions. So I don't think actions means it's only physical actions. It also involves mental actions. It also involves emotional actions. It also involves thought actions, ego, all these things. So at some point of time, you started getting attracted towards spirituality, towards God. Then you did pray, you did visit temple, you read something, and you did some japa or meditation or attending satsangs and etc. So this repeated actions you have done in this present life or in the past life. So slowly, slowly, you in your mind that spirituality thoughts or the Bhagavan thoughts or the what do you say Atma thoughts are being go on adding. So once you if you go on adding, then what happens? Then slowly, slowly, it becomes when it becomes more, when it becomes intense, then it becomes a permanent nature in your habit or in your life. For example, we see some people, devotees or any people XYZ, they come for few days. To ashrama, they come for few days. They come for few days spiritual retreat, or they come few days for Vedanta class or whatever. Why? Because at that point of time, they had some problem. They wanted peace of mind. Then this can be one of the means of peace of mind. They came. They started hearing talks. Then their mind was it became calm or quiet. Then they went back because that interest in spirituality went away or died out. As Sri Ramakrishna beautifully puts, it is like a drop of water on the pan. You put a drop of water on the pan, what happens? Due to the heat, it gets evaporated. Say if you pour half a liter or 1 liter water on the pan, then it will take a lot of time, isn't it? And now, because of ups and downs, or because of our luck and grace of and God's grace and our parents' blessings and my own struggles, whatever I have done in this life and present lives, I have developed the tendency, I have developed the nature, that is interesting in spirituality. That is because of my own actions. So thoughts are produced. Thoughts will, I think in Karma Yoga classes also, all these things I've discussed in details. Any action you do, physical action, mental action, thinking, feeling, ego, or whatever, every action has got two things. One, as you all know, that action produces its results, which is called karma phala. Okay, we are all aware of that. Now, good actions produces good results, that is called punya or good luck, and bad actions produces bad results, which is called papa in Sanskrit, or in Bengali also is there, I believe, papa, and which is called sin, or not Christianity sin, and papa means here bad luck. Okay. Apart from that, every action produces tendencies, samskaras, impressions. And the sum and total of these impressions is what our character, our personality. Now, every day you started meditating. One day you took initiation and you started meditating. First day, for a few days, initially we'll have interest, we'll start doing meditating. Afterwards, we'll feel bored, or we may feel not interested, or we feel, oh, I'm quite busy, etc. We feel it and we leave up, we give away. And afterwards, again, we'll feel guilty. No, no, we have taken initiation, mantra diksha, we have to do, and we will start for a few days. And in between, we keep on leaving and again continuing, leaving, keep on continuing. It depends on our life, basically. And after some time, like this ups and downs happens, at some point of time, at least minimum meditation doing every day. Whatever the work may be there, whatever the things may be there, traveling and etc. Somehow we squeeze the time and we try to meditate. We try to do japam. So first, coming to the spiritual life is the first step of progress. Second is starting spiritual life. Starting spiritual practice is the second step. Once you start, in generally, it doesn't happen all of a sudden very consistent, very regular, etc. There will be ups and downs. There will be sometimes very good, sometimes bad, sometimes nothing, nil, sometimes very boredom. All these type of ups and downs, it keeps on happening. Then consciously, if you practice, if you still further, your spiritual practices are done, then what happens? Slowly, 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 you are adding your samskaras, good samskaras in your mind, and you are reducing so much bad samskaras. From that, what happens? There will be slowly consistency in your spiritual practices. There will be some consistency in your devotion towards Thakurma Swamiji or whatever. Then that initial consistency adapts, gets what you say, established. Then you further you continue. Then the intensity, apart from quantity, quality of your meditation, quality of your devotional practices, quality of your spiritual practices increases. Then again, if you continue, then I want God and God alone. I don't need anything else. So that para bhakti, whatever we say, anuraga. So in God, in the what you say, in the belief in God completely and dependency on God, and I want God and God alone, that will be achieved. So for an example, in Kandanabhav Bandhana, Sampada Tava Shripada. Shripada, your holy feet is a Sampada. Tava Shripada, your holy feet Sampada. That is the greatest, what you say, wealth for us. But how much we all are aware, but many times we forget. We have come into the Sri Ramakrishna's umbrella. We have got Guru, we have got this mantra, we have got Sri Ramakrishna. What else is required? That is more than enough for our life. But we forget. We are aware of it, but we forget. We keep on forgetting. Sampada Tava Shripada. Okay. What is the efficacy of it? What is the beauty of that? Swamiji so beautifully tells, Sampada Tava Shripada, Bhava Goshpada, Variyatai. Now, Bhava Sagara, we all know that. Even small stream swimming across is okay. Now, for an example, Ganga river is flowing in the Calcutta. From one end to other end flowing, it is so difficult. How much ever you are a good swimmer, not everyone can do. Handful of people in whole Calcutta, you can count in fingers how many can swim across from one end to other end, isn't it? Very few people can do it. It needs a lot of patience, persistence, physical power, mental power, etc., etc. Now imagine there's a Bhavasagara. It is a ocean. Ocean, wherever you see, it's only water, only water, only water. They're so big, so vast. Now we have to cross this samsara, this ocean of samsara. That is cycle of birth and death or ignorance or whatever you say. For that, it is almost impossible. We cannot swim across ourselves individually. We need boat, we need steamer, or we need some help. So where that is Tavashripada. And your what do you say, your holy lotus feet. Your holy lotus feet means what? Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna's grace, Sri Ramakrishna's mantra, Sri Ramakrishna's name, whatever you can take, that is the greatest support for us, like a steamer. What happens when I surrender at your holy lotus feet, when I take your name and if I continue, what happens? Bhava Goshpada. Now, in the muddy roads, now everywhere you get a cement road or what you say, tar road, you don't understand. In olden days, if you see, when the cows, when they used to walk if there is a muddy area or if there is a nicely rain has come and whole soil has become wet or whatever, then when the cows, when they walk, then there will be a mark. There will be a mark and small depression in the land, in that particular area somewhere. And there will be how much? Maybe 10 ml, 20 ml, 30 ml of water can be stored, isn't it? That is called Bhava Goshpada. The Goshpada. So Goshpada, for example, the cow has made an impression from its foot. Now it is so small depression, small what is hole. In there, water has been, because of rain or whatever, because of that, water has been accumulated there. Now, is it difficult for us to cross over? No, not at all. So, Tavashripada, when I surrender at you, when I take your name, what happens? The whole samsara, the whole ocean of samsara will be converted into Goshpada. Then, Bhava Goshpada Variyatai, I'll be able to cross over. You see, we all know that we have got this mantra, whatever we have got, it has been come from the tradition where Avatara Purusha himself has given. And Adishakti herself has given this mantra. Such a beautiful mantra. And it is very near, very early. I mean, just 170 years or whatever has happened. And we are so near to that tradition and etc. And so much is there. We have got it, but many times we forget. If we remember these things time and again, our heart becomes, our feeling becomes so nice. Once my Gurudev, two things I remember here. I think during Indira Gandhi regime, probably I believe. Anyhow, sometime Swami Shantivratanandaji Maharaj was given Padma Bhushan award. They wanted to give Padma Bhushan award for his spiritual service, because he used to go in those days so many countries, around 20-30 countries he has traveled, and he has spread the Vedanta, and he was cultural ambassador of India also. He was recognized officially. So he wanted to, Indian government wanted to give Padma Bhushan or Padma Vibhushan or Padma Bhushan. Maharaj very nicely he denied, and he said, my Guru has given the greatest title for me. In front of that, all things are, there is no value, there is no worth for that. What is the title? Swami. My Guru has given the title Swami. In front of that, no title, no pressure, no award is greater than, much more greater than this. So thank you. And I am a monk. What shall I do with all that? Please kindly give to some other people. They may make use of it. Now, accepting award or not accepting award, it is a one thing. Now you see his attitude and his thinking, you see. I am a monk and my Guru has given this Swami, that is the greatest title, and it is much more greater than Padma Bhushana, Bharata Ratna, or whatever. We not to put down the Padma Bhushan or Padma Vibhushan. We all understand, you all understand. But his thinking, you see. Same thing was Radhakrishnan was a good friend of Maharaj. And when Maharaj was in Karachi, Radhakrishnan used to go to Western countries. He used to travel and used to go to Karachi Ashrama, stay with Maharaj for 2 or 3 days. Both of them intellectual giants, they used to discuss. And afterwards, Radhakrishnan used to go for foreign countries, wherever he was supposed to go. One day, for some function, for some convocation, Radhakrishnan invited Maharaj. Maharaj agreed, and Radhakrishnan said, there's only one condition, as you know, there is a convocation dress, like gowns and all, whatever you say, brown gowns with hat, etc. So like that, there is a dress code, Swamiji. So please, you should wear this dress code. I know you are a monk, but as a part of courtesy and as a part of stage thing, you should wear the thing. No, Swamiji could have wore, that was no big deal. But again, his intention or his idea is, he explained the greatness of monastic life and about this, Akarga rope. In such a beautiful way explained. Afterwards, he again still, after explaining all that, he gave a chance to Radhakrishnan. Radhakrishnan ji, even now, if you feel that I should wear a brown gown, you tell me, I am ready to wear. Radhakrishnan ji said, no, Swamiji, no need of it. I will manage without even wearing gown. You can come and give your address, benedictory address or whatever, convocation address in the convocation. Now, Maharaj was aware of the greatness and the efficacy of Holy Mother, or Sri Ramakrishna, or Swami Vivekananda, or mantra, or this monastic life, or that we have come into the fold of Sri Ramakrishna, Mother and Swamiji. Now, the question is, are we not aware? Yes, we are all aware. Amader ahetu, Thakurer ahetu krupate, Ma Swamiji, Gurudever, or Amader Ma Babar, or Kono Janmate, Ami Kono Punyakorichi, Shejuna me Thakurer Kache Esti. Thakurer ektu mantra pechi, Thakurer Krupa pechi ektu kare. So we all know this, no doubt. But are we aware at all times? We are not aware. We forget. The more and more we become conscious of it, the more and more we get aware of it, then we feel. It is not that we don't get problems. It is not that we don't get anything, but you will be happy and there will be no complaining. And they will feel that Thakurache Amya, Amra Mayerche. Mother is there.
Maharaj, there are two different things. One is desire, another is dependence. Dependence is very well understood, and possibly all of us remember that. But the desire, controlling of the desireless state to reach, that is difficult. So it's like that.
Yes, you are right. Now, desire comes from where? Desire is also a thought. Just it is a thought. It comes from the mind. It comes in the it originates in the mind. And who has to control? We have to control. Now, the awareness, whatever is there, that using that awareness or using the same mind, you have to control the desire. You have to regulate the desire. Now, I am the master. For example, I keep on telling this joke. Now, I mean, on the lighter side, uh, now you bring a puppy. You bring a puppy, and you love dogs. You brought a small dog, and you started taking care of it. Okay, and every day, morning or evening, or morning and evening, you are supposed to take for walk. You are supposed to take for walk. That means what? You are supposed to lead your dog. You are the master and the dog is your servant or whatever, friend or whatever, however you can say. So you are supposed to lead the dog. But in many cases, I see, or we might have observed that the dogs will leading the people, owners. Wherever dog wishes, dog goes, and you will be following it, isn't it? So similarly, I am the master, I am the Prabhu of my mind. It is my mind, or it is our mind, or it is my mind. I am supposed to lead it. I am supposed to guide it. I am supposed to order it. But unfortunately, because of some desires and because of our own weakness and etc., our mind is leading us. That's where by japa, meditation, tapas, and all things, by this what happens? Two things are achieved. One is purification of the mind. Purification of the mind, first point. Second thing is, by tapas, what happens? Your willpower is increased. By willpower increase means what? Consciously, you will be able to take decisions and you will be able to put into practice. For example, you have taken a sankalpa that, as my guru told, I will do 108 or 1000 japa, for example. Okay, that day you were really busy, no doubt, and you had some family commitment, family program. Morning itself, you started puja, something, a lot of guests have come, and you have to feed them, cooking, cleaning, so many things were there. And by that, for that, the whole day got over. Now you are tired. Really, you are tired, no doubt. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock is over. Now you remember, whole day I was busy in my work, and which is inevitable, no doubt. Now I'm not able, I didn't do japa. What should I do? At the beginning of our spiritual life, for the most of us, oh, ঠিক আছে কালকে দেখবো আর এখন আজ ঠাকুর আপনি শুয়ে পড়ুন আমি তো শুয়ে পড়ব আর হবে না আজকে আর হবে না আমার ঠাকুর বুঝবে দেন উইল পুট ভেরি নাইস বেদান্ত আরে ঠাকুর আমাদের ঠাকুর ওটা ঠাকুর বুঝি না আমি কত ব্যস্ত ছিলাম ঠাকুর বুঝে কালকে করে দেবো ঠিক আছে কি আছে we being beautiful arguments, then our mind we should see how it becomes a good philosopher or good lawyer anyhow, and we will have no problem. We think and we forget and we sleep. Aram se will sleep. There's some part of people, and some part of people say, ও তো ঠিক আছে কিন্তু গুরুদেব বলেছিল কিন্তু না আমি সংকল্প করেছিলাম করতে না করতে ঠিক নাই করতে হবে I want to do but I am unable to do or I'm feeling difficulty. Like with this struggle, some of us we sleep with a uneasiness or with a disturbed mind. This is the second step. Third step, yeah, I want to do. Maybe then we will take, okay, today because time and all, 108 I will do minimum, and next day, tomorrow I'll finish it. And they struggle, and afterwards they will be able to do something, and they sleep. And the fourth person, ঠিক আছে কি আছে আমি জীবন পুরো অনেক শুয়ে পড়েছি আর শুয়ে পড়বো আর কি আছে একটা একটু দেরি হলে কি আছে আমি করব বলে ঘুম পাচ্ছে অনেক ক্লান্ত লাগছে যে হোক বসতে পারছে না অনেক কিছু হচ্ছে তবু কষ্ট করে একটা বসে জবদান করে শুয়ে পড়ে Now you see, when you take a resolve, that's where sankalpa comes into picture. When you take a resolve, you don't have any option, you don't have any choice. The moment when you give a choice to your mind, it says to do or not to do. If you don't give a choice to your mind, it has to do and it will do. Initially there will be some failures for us, no doubt, but we can do it. So by doing japa, meditation, tapas, what happens? One is you will get purification of the mind, and the second is your willpower gets increased. We have seen with many sadhus, senior sadhus, that they used to do meditation because of the work and responsibilities. If not, then either they used to sit and do at night, or they used to, okay, tomorrow whole day I've got a what commitments. So they used to get up early morning. So 4 o'clock they're getting up, 3:30 or 3 o'clock they get up. For example, I'm saying, and they used to finish that. They have to somehow either the squeeze time in the whole day somewhere, or otherwise late night they used to do, or early morning they used to do, and they finish it up. Oh, monks, yes, monks have less power, I mean, less problems, less things, that, these, and all fine, no doubt. But that is possible for all of us. When we join, so the Jayanti times and all, direct disciple Jayanti is okay. And Thakur Maswami Jayanti and all, I was just joined 15 days, I was made Bandari's kitchen in charge. A lot of work will be there on Jayanti times, 500 people, 800,000 people and all feeding. So cooking, all these things we have to look after, no doubt. So this is where Sadhu Sangha will help. When we used to go for pranams, some senior monks used to say, ask, ki, tumi jab kore cho aaj ki? महाराज आज की सकाले करला तुम्ही प्रत्येक दिन কত বসতো 1 ঘন্টা महाराज आज की কত বসলি महाराज आज की तो কাজের ছিল মানে কুক এসেছিল সকালে সেইজন্য 15-20 মিনিটে বসে একটু 15 আরতির পরে 15-20 মিনিট বসেছিলাম সবে চলে গেল না এটা ঠিক না আজকে ঠাকুরের জয়ন্তী ঠিক আছে জন্মদিন আছে তুমি তো সেবা করছো অনেক লোকের জন্য খাওয়া দাওয়া করে অ্যারেঞ্জ করছো কিন্তু এই দিন অত ভালো দিন তুমি আর বেশি জপ করতে হবে তাহলে একটু আগে উঠো তাহলে রাত্রি করো যেভাবে করো কিন্তু প্রত্যেক দিন তুমি 1000 করলে আজকে 2000 3000 4000 করো ও সময় আমরা সাধু হয়ে এই সময় যদি আমরা করতে পারলে এটাই একটা আমাদের সৌভাগ্য বলতে see what is their thinking you see any day calling any moment calling Sri Ramakrishna remembering Sri Ramakrishna is auspicious no doubt but Sri Ramakrishna Jayanti is there we always like we all feel that there is no wrong in that oh we have done so much seva and all I feel blessed and doing seva we neglect spiritual life we neglect our spiritual practices most of the time either devotees or monks or brahmacharis so our senior sadhus used to say no that is not a thing to be done how much we give importance to seva same importance should be given to spiritual life spiritual practice either you do morning or evening or night or sometime basically you should give first and foremost whatever daily meditation you used to do so much you have to do it by as much as possible and if possible you try to increase your japa on the auspicious days so that you will get more phala more fruits of action means what more devotion and more love towards God now it is easy oh Swamiji এটা বলার জন্য খুব easy সুবিধা কিন্তু করার জন্য it is easy to say but difficult to do it yes I also didn't say or no one has said that it is easy to do it it is possible but difficult it is difficult yes but possible it is difficult we all know that afterwards we should put a comma or semicolon and we say but possible this but possible is the positive thing we all of us we should think and we should know and we should try to put into practice that gives a positive effect in our life because see, this mind is such a flexible organ it has got tremendous power now say example I will give you how because our mind plays all these tricks that's what I'm saying you now for some reason today you slept at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock night 11:30 or 12 you have slept now every day morning 5 o'clock you used to get up and sit for meditation and you today for 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock 10:30 I used to sleep and today I have slept at 12 so what do I do next day oh আজ কে উপরে সকালে উঠতে পারবো কেন 12টার সময় শুয়ে পড়েছি তো মাথা যন্ত্রণা হচ্ছে আর কি অসুবিধা হচ্ছে টায়ার্ডনেস লাগছে আর ফ্রেশনেস থাকে না সেই জন্য একটু দেরি করে উঠবো ঠিক আছে একটু যখন একটু অ্যাডজাস্ট করবো ঠাকুরকে প্রার্থনা করবো মা একটু বুঝতে পারবে না আমার কথা আমার অবস্থা এরকম কিছু বলতে থাকি আমি and it is also quite natural I don't say no now say for an example tomorrow you got some exam you got some interview or you got something which you have to go and you have to do some preparations for that and if you get up at 4 only you can do it you can make it otherwise it is not possible because I've slept at 12 preparing for the exam or for something else, now I don't give a reason. Oh, if I get up at 4 o'clock, I'll become tired. I will feel lazy. I'll feel yawning, or I will feel drowsy, or my health will go down, or I will get headache. All whatever our mind gives this XYZ reasons, that won't give. 4 o'clock, whatever it may be, somehow we get up and interestingly or gruntingly or whatever, we get up and prepare ourselves and we go. Why? Because that is a very important for our life. Now, once Thakur, Swamiji, our meditation, our spirituality, once that becomes that important in our life, then all these things are possible. Why it is becoming difficult for us? Because that bhogavasana, the worldliness is there in us, and anuraga, including me, I'm saying that anuraga, that devotion, the love towards Thakur, is been not to larger extent. That's why we feel difficult. যখন বেশি বেশি অনুরাগ হয় ঠাকুরের ওপর, অবভিয়াসলি যে যেভাবে যখন যে কাজ করো, কোথায় থাকো, আমরা জবদান করতে পারি। Oh, I was outside, I was in a large hotel, Swamiji. The whole atmosphere was something else. That's the reason I couldn't meditate. Yes, initial days, it will be difficult for all of us. But once you establish in your spiritual life, or few years of Mantadiksha is over and you are doing regular practice, you should be able to sit and meditate even in the hotel or wherever. The quality of meditation may be less. I don't say no, but we should be able to meditate. We should be able to consider. Same thing, one more example I can give you, how all these great people will be thinking and doing. Swami Gananji Maharaj. Swami Gananji Maharaj, he was there for Seva Pratishthan for a long time. There were so many problems, communist government time and all. Many of the problems he handled so nicely, as we have heard. And he was a man of few words. Always lovingly, smilingly, he used to talk with people. He was a man of few words. And imagine, he is the secretary of the Seva Pratishthan, 400-bedded hospital, and how much one can be busy, you can understand. And still he had a time for spiritual practices. And he was very regular in spiritual practices itself. Anyhow, one day, he is traveling from either Belur Math to Seva Pratishthan, or from Seva Pratishthan to Belur Math. I think most of you are from Calcutta, so you know that background. I did not explain all these things. So, either from Belur Math to Seva Pratishthan, or Seva Pratishthan to Belur Math is coming. Okay? So, one more young sadhu is sitting next to him, and while traveling, he's showing Maharaj, এটা ও বিল্ডিং, এটা ওখানে এ আছে, ও আছে, অমুক আছে, এসব আর কিছু কথা বলছিল। কিছু সময় পরে মহারাজ বলে, কেন বকবক করছো, বসে জপ কর। So that means what? Maharaj was doing japam sitting in the vehicle while traveling. Now 40 minutes or 45 minutes we might take, I don't know now what is the time. So 45 minutes, either we'll be seeing here and there, we'll be talking all rubbish, or we'll be using today, because mobile is the beautiful distraction, seeing WhatsApp messages or what something, and we finish 45 minutes and we say we didn't have a time to japa. And he was doing it. And then কেন বকবক করছো, বসে জপ করো বললেন মহারাজ। ও যে যুবক সন্ন্যাসী ছিল চুপচাপ হয়ে গেল, ও জপ করতে স্টার্ট করো। আর কিছু সময় বলে, দেখো এটা আরতির সময় তো, যা আমরা কান্নানা করি। ওরা কান্নানা গান করতে স্টার্ট করে। Oh, today I was traveling, so I couldn't do my aratrikam, or I couldn't attend aratrikam. Fine, I'm traveling in a bus or a train or wherever. That's fine. until otherwise, if I am not driving, we need concentration. This may be a bit difficult, but otherwise, who stops us to? We not to sing loudly. We can sing the kandana in our mind itself. Traveling, we are doing no doubt, but while traveling, who stopped us to remember Thakur? That was also one of the wonderful opportunity for us. 45 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours, wherever we are traveling. I am not saying that you are not doing. I mean to say, it is all depends on will, and it all depends on intense desire. Thakur amader, Thakur ke jab na kore, Thakurer alochona na kore, ar ami ki korbo? এটাই আমার জীবনের উদ্দেশ্য। Okay, we will take care of our responsibilities as a mother, father, husband, wife, and etc. We will do all of that, no doubt. We have to do it, and we will do it. Apart from that, Thakur ke chede, eta gelo korle ki ache? There are so many zeros, but until otherwise you put one, there is no value for it. This has to be ingrained in our mind. Then japa, meditation, whatever is possible, everything becomes possible for us. It may be difficult, but it will be possible. If we are feeling that it is not possible for us, that means what? We don't have that Vyakulata. We don't have so much love, Anuraga. We are only telling, Ami Thakur ke balo basha, je boli amra. It is only lip service. If you really, if we really feel and love for Thakur, definitely, whatever the work may be there, whatever the challenge may be there, we will do. Now, it is a natural phenomena for all of us. It is not only in your case or in my case, in anyone's case, doing japa, controlling mind, doing meditation on Thakur or Ma, Swamiji or whatever you say. That is not that easy because our mind's nature is what going down. Just like the nature of water is going down, our nature of mind is also goes down. So what to do? By willfully, we have to practice. Consciously, we have to practice. Keep on doing. Then minds becomes more and more clean. Then what happens? Then the understanding of the world becomes better and your attachment to the world gets reduced. World will not change. Your attachment to the world will reduce and the worldliness will reduce. That's what Sri Ramakrishna. Living in the world is okay, but the worldliness should not live in our mind. Because there is a worldliness in our mind, that's why we are all suffering. That's why it is becoming difficult. Now, there are so many devotees I have seen and I have heard that they are so, what you say, consistent in their spiritual efforts. Some of them, they are company owners, CEOs of the company. Some are IAS officers, IPS officers, etc., XYZ and all. But in spite of that, they have given time for their spiritual practices, even now. Somehow with Guru Maharaj's grace, we say Guru's grace or their own karma and their parents' grace or whatever say, somehow they have holded the Thakur. That consistency. Recently, I was hearing a beautiful story, how Thakur, even he helps. I mean, she is an initiated devotee. His father, her father and her mother, both are initiated devotees. Her father was a policeman. Okay. And one day, police and all, they have to do so many things. And he is from South India. She is from South India, Andhra. Now Telangana presently. In Hyderabad, he was working. The policeman was working. And in some case, he had to take a strict action. And probably some gunda or whatever, rowdy or gunda, was put under bars. Now, we all know that it is not that cakewalk. We may get inspired. Oh, he's such a sincere officer. He has done good job. We all know that how much he has to pay the repercussion, how much he has to pay the price for that. As usual, he was warned, he was told that don't do this, you will have a far consequences. He said, whatever it may be, I'm doing my duty. And he did his duty sincere. He put that rowdy into the bars and he was coming back to his house because his duty time was over. He was coming back to his house. Now, obviously, a truck came and hit. Or because of something, there was the truck came and hit, or himself because of thinking about that, there was a speed break, which was quite a big hump. So, because he was not mindful or he was not conscious, his mind was brooding on something. So, he was not able to control his brake, and as a result, he had a jump. He was traveling in two-wheelers. And you imagine there are two sides road. It is in between. There's a barricade like a wall, and he's traveling one side. And because of the jerk or whatever, he went and fell the other side on the footpath corner. Imagine. Now he got jumped automatically, and he was falling, and he understood very clearly, no more. This is the last moment. He understood. Now imagine if this happens for any one of us at that given moment, can we think Thakur? Does our mind can think about Thakur? Our mantra does it come for all of us? Some of us may be, some of us may not be. At that critical juncture, he is able to remember Thakur, and he was able to remember Ishta mantra. O boleche, Jay Thakur, or Beche Taki Ami Mane Hochana, Apni Dekhben bole, Thakur mantra japa start karache. It all happened in few seconds. At that critical juncture, he was able to remember Thakur and he was able to remember mantra. And he had a beautiful experience. Q ekjon, खूब soft hand ekjon, ওদিকে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে, ওকে সাপোর্ট দিচ্ছে। মানে যেমন আমার ছেলেদের আমরা যখন ছেলে এসব থাকলে আমরা যদি পড়ে গেলে মার বাবা আর কেউ নাতি আর কেউ বড়রা একটু সাপোর্ট দেয় তো এরকম কেউ সাপোর্ট দিয়েছে so whole body was slowly rested on the road nothing happened he is experiencing but at the same time is not able to accept as a reflex action or whatever is some portion of his hand went to take a support of the road or whatever say the small portion of the hand whichever was out of that man only that portion got bit hurt otherwise not a single scar happened on his whole body where probably he would have lost his life and it was so soft and he what do you say he bore or whatever I mean he took his whole body and slowly left on the road itself that was his experience and he says very clearly that was none other than Thakur otherwise today what he is a retired person now he is also leaving now you see at that critical juncture how he was able to remember Thakur even probably I will not, I don't know I am scary that to say that I will be able to remember Thakur now why he was able to remember Thakur because of that intense spiritual practice of everyday spiritual practice we all love Sri Ramakrishna he also loves Sri Ramakrishna and that love has been translated into action that is what real love otherwise it's only lip service আমি ঠাকুরকে ভালোবাসি ঠিক আছে কিন্তু it has to be translated into action how by through japa meditation thinking or trying to put his teachings into practice or whatever at that critical juncture thought you were saying desire you were saying that it's only a thought remembering Thakur was a thought at that time no doubt but how it was able to oh let me now I'm dying let me think of Thakur so that I may get moksha or mukti no it was not forceful or it was not conscious it came automatically now how it came because of the consistency in his spiritual struggle in his spiritual sadhana or in his remembering Thakur every day he was being a police officer you can very well imagine they will have a different shift and sometimes whole day they have to be out and they have to meet so many people they have to hear so many bad things unnecessary vulgar things luckily we don't have that problems but in spite of that he had a devotion to Thakur so much very well we can imagine why I am giving all these examples is what এখনো ঠাকুরকে আমরা ভালোবাসতে পারি এখনো আমরা স্পিরিচুয়াল প্র্যাকটিস এরকম কনসিস্টেন্টলি করতে পারি যদি আমরা চাইলে if we wish if we like if we want we can do even now whatever walk of life we are there whatever responsibilities are there for some it may be easy for some it may be difficult for some it may be 1 hour for some it may be 3 hours whatever is possible we can account our necessity and account our possibilities account availability even now we can do but are we really interested yes but difficult that means not really. If we are serious it will not be that has to be attained all of our struggle is what intensity has to be achieved how is that possible Guru Maharaj grace how Guru Maharaj grace happens by our efforts all our efforts all our sadhana you do japa you do meditation you do prayer you do shastra what do you say scriptural study you attend satsangs like this or you do some upavasas that is fasting and all by doing all these things what we are trying to do we are doing only one thing actually we are trying to become fittest instrument to receive his grace we are trying to make ourselves fit instrument body and mind to receive his grace once we make ourselves fit his grace prevails his grace falls on us we'll be able to receive it if Sri Ramakrishna comes and stands in front of us now how many of us we are able to say that we can bear Sri Ramakrishna definitely it is not that easy when Sri Ramakrishna comes and stands in front of us it is not that easy to bear his presence like if you remember I think it was in Gopalirma house I believe when he went there many of the spirits they said please get away from here we are not able to bear your holy presence we cannot stay here please get away so like that even Sri Ramakrishna by his infinite grace if he comes and stand in front of us oh my dear what do you want okay because you say every day you want me to see come on I'm here to see if he comes and say Thakur please chole jao ami ar sambalte pachchi na apnake that's what we saw in Mathunath Vishwa's case He wanted spiritual ecstasy. When Sri Ramakrishna said, no, that doesn't befit you. You are happy. You are doing serving me. That is enough. He pleaded, and he got, and he said, I can't do it. Same thing happened with Rudai. So we have to make ourselves fit to receive his grace. And Holy Mother says, his grace is always flowing like a Malaya Maruta. Then what to do? She says very beautifully, as it is like formula, a catchword. You have to unfurl your flag, unfurl your cloth, so that using the wind, one can use the ship. In the olden days, we used to do like that. You have to prepare yourselves to receive his grace. Sri Ramakrishna came. He has given all these things, and he has told very clearly, whatever I have done, it is all yours. Whatever the spiritual property, spiritual kingdom he has left in this earth, on this earth, it is all ours only. Sri Ramakrishna has told very clearly that. Now, how to make that kingdom ours? Just by being a initiated devotee or devotee of Sri Ramakrishna, it doesn't give. It may give something. If you want more and more property of Sri Ramakrishna, then you have to do prayer, meditation, sadhana, whatever you want, whatever you can say, you have to do. The more and more you become fit, the more and more you receive his grace, the more and more you feel his presence, our mother's presence, and we feel happy or blessed. So all our thing is left out is only to struggle. Why what? To make ourselves fit to receive his grace or her grace. That is not a cakewalk. That is not easy, but possible. It may be difficult. Let it be so difficult. What is that? Whatever today all of you have achieved something in your life, either in your professional life or from the property side, from that, and you have got your own reputations in the society. Was it a cakewalk for all of you? No. You have faced a lot of problems. You have faced a lot of difficulties. You have faced a lot of ups and downs. But still you struggled, but still you got it. Why? Because you valued that. I want to be a manager. I want to be a professor. I want to be a wealthy person. Because that profession, our money, our name and fame, our reputation, all of them are required for our spiritual life. All of them are necessary for us. All of them is real for us. All of them are important for us at that given point of time. That's why we struggle. It was not easy. It was not cakewalk. It was not simply came. There were so many failures. There were so many ups and downs, but still we chased it. Now, when Sri Ramakrishna and the spiritual life becomes like us, for us important, then we struggle. We all know this. It is not that something I'm telling new for all of you. All of you know this, but we have to remind ourselves. So I've taken a work role is of reminding themselves. All of you know that. I'm just reminding so that it will inspire for a few days. You will get motivated. You will get motivated for a few days. You'll be able to do sadhana or whatever. Again, you forget. Again, we want some remembrance, including ourselves, even monks, and that's all I'm doing. So I'm reminding you, that's all. And be happy or feel blessed about we have come into the fold of Sri Ramakrishna, Mother, Swamiji, and whatever. Yeah.
No, Maharaj, I can assure you that at least in this group, I have felt that all of us are serious and we do make spiritual practice. So maybe the intensity may be varying from day to day because depending on our engagements. Like right now, I'm traveling in a car and listening to you with a lot of difficulties, a lot of sound from outside. But from my mind, I am interested in listening to you. So that's the thing. So please don't doubt us. This is what I'm trying to say. You have been telling that you should practice, and now, on the contrary, I am saying don't doubt us.
No. I told you very clearly. I'm aware of that. So I'm not saying that you should practice means you are not practicing. So I'm telling that you should practice. No. What I meant is that intensify the practice or increase your practice. That's what I told very clearly. I've taken the role of reminding you. By reminding you, I'm reminding of myself also. By reminding you, I'm reminding of myself also. देखो ठाकुरे रहे तो कृपाते येष्टु आर्की चाय to be isn't it? So when I took Mantra Diksha from my guru, I didn't understand that. Actually, there's a very funny story. Funny story means I had read, Apostles of Sri Ramakrishna. This is in +1, +2 story I'm telling you. Our 9th and 10th class time. I had studied Apostles of Sri Ramakrishna. And there's a beautiful book, The Eternal Companion, more or less Eternal Companion translated into Kannada. So I had read and I was inspired, motivated by Brahmananji, Rakal Maharaj. So I had thought, Rakal Maharaj is not there. Rakal Maharaj disciple or his disciple, I should take Mantra Diksha only. Because he's a spiritual epitome and he's a spiritual son or Manasa Putra or whatever. So somehow had decided that I will take Mantra Diksha from Rakal Maharaj disciples. I decided, okay. And one fine day, I was doing +1, I think. +1 or +2. Yeah, +1. So then suddenly one of the monk, he asked, look, Swami Ranganathanji Maharaj is coming, is the president of the order. So there is a Mantra Diksha. Are you willing to take? I said, yes, Maharaj. Then I asked, what about Mantra Diksha? Then I knew bit and I asked him, he explained what all things and all. Then you want to apply? I said, yes. Then from my hometown to Bangalore Ashrama, it was a quite distance. Then I phoned manager Maharaj said, yes, you can take. And he asked books and all. I had read all that books. Then he said, okay, you can come and take the application. Then I said, Maharaj, I'm staying away from there. It is difficult, Maharaj. Will you mind to post the letter, application form? I will send from there. He said, yes, he took the address, my home address and residential address, and he was kind enough to post. Then if anyone is interested, you can make a Xerox of it, he said. And two of us, one of our friend and one more elderly man. All the three, we filled the application and we posted it. And we got the letter also back that, okay, you have been selected. You have to come on such and such a day and such a time, and what you are supposed to bring. Initiation slip, whatever speak, all of us, we got it. Now, one of my friend, he somehow, for some reason, he neglected and he said, Maharaj is coming every year. I will take next year. I said, please don't neglect. Better you come and take. He said, no. And after 4 years, he had to wait for 4 more years. The other elderly person, he also neglected. I told him very clearly, but still he neglected. And he had to wait for 14 years. Next month, Diksha. We took Mantra Diksha, I took. Okay. I had heard a little bit about Ranganathanji. I didn't know anything about much then Ranganathanji. With devotion and whatever, with respect, we received mantra and etc. After few days, suddenly I remembered, a question came to my mind, who is the guru of Ranganathanji? In those days, we didn't have WhatsApp or mobiles, and all sadhus are not easily accessible. And somehow with difficulty or whatever, somehow I inquired and I came to know that Maharaj is disciple of Shivananji Maharaj, Mahapurush Maharaj. And I said, what happened? Then I ran to that Maharaj who suggested me that Maharaj, Ranganathanji Maharaj, Mahapurush Maharaj disciple. He said, yes, that's true, Maharaj, but I didn't want this. What do you mean by? I wanted Raja Maharaj disciple to take, can I take Mantra Diksha once? Then he scolded me right and left. And he said, Mantra Diksha, marriage and all these things, it happens only in the once time in life. And what do you think of Maharaj? Ranganathanji, do you know who he is? He said, yes, he's the president of the order. Fool, not only that. And he explained little about Maharaj. And he said, nothing doing, all is one same thing. Don't bother about all these things. So just follow your spiritual instructions, whatever your guru has said. Like that. He scolded me. And also he told about little more about Mantra Diksha and about my Gurudev and all. Then I felt little happy and solaced. But still some, uneasiness, some uneasiness was there. I wanted from Rakal Maharaj disciples. I finally got from Mahapurush Maharaj disciple. What is this? That is a great, no doubt, but was there still. How, if you are sincere and if you are really searching, how do you get help? In no time, I got a book where it was on Mahapurush Maharaj. Then when I started reading Mahapurush Maharaj and all, when I came to know that Mahapurush Maharaj is nowhere less or whatever in his spiritual struggles and his spiritual things and all, then my mind was filled with the joy and happiness and bliss. Then there was no doubt. That was the first and last. Afterwards, I never had. Then slowly I came to know about my Gurudev also. Then afterwards, now if I remember, I feel that is the only one of the greatest luck or whatever, greatest thing which I got in my life is getting a Gurudev of that spiritual stature. So sometimes we are not aware of what we have got. We are living under Kalpataru tree and we are thinking, I don't have anything, I have nothing, I have not this, I have not that. That's a human nature. We are all creeping for something. So we are living under Kalpataru tree. And why should we cripple for anything or why should we bother for anything? If you want anything, you ask him only. And that is my thing. If I want chocolate, I say, Thakur, I want to eat chocolate, please provide me. Because I don't have anyone else. I have you and you alone. So whatever I want, instead of asking someone else, I will ask you only. And I want mukti, I will ask you only. I want bhukti also, I want to ask you only. Someone asked me, I mean, Swamiji, what have you got repentance anything in your life because you became a monk? So because many things you cannot enjoy or whatever. I said, with the Guru Maharaj grace, I don't have any repentance in the life. Why? Because all my desires are taken care except mukti. Then why it is not that taken? Why is it not that taken care? Yeah, because probably I don't want so much still as I wish other things. That's the reason Sri Ramakrishna has not given. Otherwise, all my desires, whatever I had asked really for Thakur, either in studies or something, working or anything, going here and there, or any small, small desires, you say, all whatever I have asked sincerely to Sri Ramakrishna, he has fulfilled all of my desires. So I said, that's the reason I don't have any complaints or repentance or whatever. Then what about Mukti? Because I think I want some more that desire should be intensified. Once it is intensified, I think he will give. So it's all my life is what now to struggle to intensify the desire for Mukti or for Bhakti or for Thakur. আমি আপনার ছাড়া আর কিছু দরকার নাই আমার. This has to be attained. All our struggle is what to attain that. That is called parabhakti, anuraga, or whatever you say. And I think Parama Prema Swarupa, whoever in Narada Bhakti Sutra has studied, and in the definition of Bhakti Yoga, beautifully in the first chapter, Swamiji discusses all these things. I think even Shandilya's Bhakti Sutra also it comes that what is it, the para means I want God and God alone, nothing else. That same meaning in the second sutra in Shandilya also it comes. Yeah, only question answer discussion only over today.
Today, Chandani must be very angry with me that I have put a question that took 1 hour to answer.
No, no, Maharaj. Actually, we sometimes need this boost up. When whatever Chatterjee is telling, but at least I myself needed this boost up. Probably for a few days, it will work. So Maharaj,
That's what I am telling. I mean, jokingly, I always tell
And
Thakur
in
sometimes
the
when I get
meanwhile, I have
annoyed or
reached my
angry.
destination.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I get angry when I get angry or annoyed with Thakur. I say, Thakur, you might have got thousands of people are better than me like this, but I don't have anyone else other than you. So whether you want to put me into dustbin or you want to put me on throne or wherever you want to put, you put whatever you want, you do. But please don't leave me or don't desert me. That's all I say many times. So that Sharanagati has to come. Sometimes he will also play. He also wants to play, Sometimes he also plays with us, giving sometimes whatever we wish. Sometimes we wish we don't want, he gives that only. And he makes us to feel surrender or crush our egos and learn few difficult lessons and whatever. He also plays, of course.
Yes, Maharaj, I can confirm that he sometimes plays that is experienced. He sometimes plays that is experienced. Let me repeat it. But again, we need to pray for coming out of that trap also.
Yeah. Because he wants to continue his Leela, no? Because every one of us, we got Mukti, then who from whom, with whom we will play, as he told himself. Like, so he also wants to play with us. So he's playing. Now, if we are busy with the toys, then what to do? So the moment we are, till then we are busy with the toys, then he also plays. when we ask, no, we don't want toys, we want you and you alone, then he says, come on, I'm here. So,
that is the ultimate thing, Maharaj. Getting Sharanagati, that is the ultimate thing.
yes, but that doesn't come simply easily. আমি যদি গিরিশচন্দ্র ঘোষের মতো ঠাকুর আমাদের সব স্পিরিচুয়াল রেসপন্সিবিলিটি নিয়ে গেলে খুব ভালো আমরা ভাবি, কিন্তু এরকম শরণাগতি আসার অত সহজ না. So we have to
not at all easy.
Yeah, we have to burn out all our bridges, and we should feel really helplessness, or we should feel the limitations of our mind and intellect, our effort. আর এর উপরে আর পারবো না, যে হোক অন্যরাও হোক, আমাদের তো এর তাকে পারবো না আমি, সেজন্য ঠাকুর আমি যা করতে পারি আমি করে ফেলেছি, আপনি দয়া করে আমাকে একটু আশীর্বাদ করুন আর কৃপা করুন। We keep saying that, এরকম বলতে থাকি আমরা, কিন্তু it should come naturally, it should come really from the heart of heart. ও সময় শরণাগতি আসবে, সেই জন্য এসব কাটতে হবে।
Can I ask a personal question? So you told that you were only in +1 or when you got the initiation and all, and again your Bangalore ashram is far from your hometown. So didn't you face any resistance from home? Because you told that
Oh,
you're so
so much, so much.
so how
So,
could
so
you
much.
convince your family that you will go that distance and get the initiation?
Oh, no, no. I didn't convince them. I foolishly, 8th standard, I got Sri Ramakrishna's book. It's just like anyone, I also wanted to become engineer or doctor or whatever. I also wanted to become engineer or doctor. I was studying or whatever. Then I came into contact with one monk and I got Swami Vivekananda's book I got first time. He gave me. Then I started reading Swami Vivekananda. He is telling that we have to serve mankind, we have to serve the society, love India, etc., etc. I didn't feel any interest in that. I felt like sleepy. Then when I went and I told, he laughed at me and he gave Sri Ramakrishna's book, Life of Sri Ramakrishna. So I started reading Sri Ramakrishna's life and I was really mesmerized. Oh, a person can lead a life like this. It was beyond my imagination. I was in 8th standard, of course, those times. So I felt very inspired and motivated. Then I started thinking, then why should I also not strive like this? And probably this is more paying and more real life than becoming a doctor or engineer or whatever. Then by half of that book I had read, by the time I got inspired and motivated starting doing spiritual practices, I started. Then by the time I had finished the book, then I decided that I'll become a monk. Because 8th standard, even I don't have so much, that, what you say, the worldly wisdom. So I thought I'm taken a good decision. So I can, that's a good thing. And my parents are also good people, religious people. So they will also accept and appreciate, I thought. And when one day with my father, everything I mean, I put it out, just while traveling, and he was so nicely was listening to me. I thought, okay, he's also getting inspired and motivated, etc., etc. And he was collecting the information from me. That's all I. Afterwards, I came to understand. Then he heard everything. Then afterwards, till then, going to ashrama or going to any seeing monk or discussing all these things, they had allowed, they encouraged. Afterwards, they started discouraging me and started scolding. Any going to ashrama, reading book or anything, they used to scold me. Then few months it went, the struggle was there. Then I understood, I think I have to play now. Otherwise, either if you have to stay in the house, I have to play with them. Otherwise, I have to get out. Then since I have to stay there, no other option. Because I wanted to join the order by the time 9th standard, then I asked monk. They said, at least now it is a degree. Now those days, strictly followed was SLC, at least minimum was SLC. And 18 years. They said you have not completed your 18th year also, and you are not finished even your 10th standard also. So there is no question of joining you in the order. Then I said, okay, to join the order, I have to do SLC at 10th standard, I will do it. Then I had started playing with my parents as if like loving them, serving them, I used to do no doubt, but as if I have forgotten all these things and I have come to the normal life like that. I started behaving. They also accepted, but mother, she understands everything. Mother is mother. She used to feel somehow that something I'm doing hiding or whatever, hiding and doing meditation or prayers or reading something. Then once one day I decided that I will leave and I didn't take any book or clothes or anything. Just one day I said I'll go and meet someone and I left. That's all. One day evening I left and I had not even returned to any ashrama, phoned them and taken permission. I said, Thakur, I'm taking your name. Oh, whichever ashrama you give me a place to stay, I will go and stay there and I will start my spiritual life. And you are taking care of so many people, and why don't you take care of me? And why will you not take care of me? Well, find 100 or 200 rupees was there in my pocket. That's all, nothing else. Just I started traveling. That's all. Then I went and here, there, and that was a big story or whatever. But Sri Ramakrishna accepted me and put me in some place.
But in ashram also they just accepted you without means question.
Yeah, through known monk, I went to one known monk already had known. I went there and he gave a letter and he phoned them. And through that's how they took me. Otherwise, definitely not possible. That's how I was taken. Then 15 months, once I am not there, they didn't search anywhere. They started calling one by one ashrama in Karnataka. Yes, that person has come, that person has come, like that. And finally, even myself, I didn't know that also ashrama. Just I had heard once. Even I didn't know. Somehow I landed there. Then after 15 days, by the time they were searching, and they had phoned my friend's house, and especially all the, including Belumat, they had called whether I have come there. Then when they phoned also Adyaksha Maharaj said, yes, he has come there. Then they came, and from that time they started almost for 1 year, every day or every alternative days, 2, 3 days, some used to be there. Sometimes one, sometimes three, sometimes five, sometimes 11, sometimes 15, big family. They used to come, pray, scold, cry, curse, all things happened. Afterwards, Sadhu said that there was so much force So they all felt that this fellow will not stay or he cannot stay back. Such a force was there. Guru Maharaj grace, I stood back. Then, really, I mean, it set upon mother's health, no doubt, and she was a bit feeling bad, and it was a rude shock for her psychologically. She was down mentally also, health-wise, I used to say. It took for her good time, maybe 3 4 years, to recover from that psychological shock, and because of her health and etc. And by 1 year or 2 years, they understood, and father started accepting, and they felt. I mean, after 1 year or so, they felt that this fellow cannot be convinced, they cannot be taught. Slowly, slowly, things started coming down. But still, mother was trying in her own way, and people were, whenever they get a chance, they were trying. Slowly, 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 they understood and they stopped. They didn't get convinced, they stopped. That's all. I was also under the impression that I can convince. A senior monk had said it is never possible. We both, parents and we, both of us, we are right in our perspectives, and we go parallelly, we never meet each other. But I was under impression, no, I've got a good logic, rational mind. I can convince my parents and etc. I had a notion that time. I started doing it, and afterwards, after a few months, I understood no, it is not possible because logic and emotions cannot meet each other. They also know that I have not done any wrong thing, but they are unable to accept that because I mean, we have lost our son or whatever. Because of that, they can't accept. Even if they accept, people, these neighbors, relatives, they don't keep quiet and they will instigate them, and that's how these things happen. I understood, and I started convincing them after some time, few months. Then they used to put their same tape record when they come and see me. They used to tell same stories, and I used to tell same stories, or same way of talking or whatever. And they used to get it. And finally, afterwards, I think, yeah, now they have taken initiation and they do Japan, and now they feel happy about it. But still, they feel, oh, we are alone, no one is there, etc. Blah, blah, something they keep on saying. That. Once in a while, whenever, especially mother, whenever I give a bit chance or any chance she will speak, that's the reason I don't give a chance to her. That's all. I ask, how are you? How is your health? And are you doing Japan? Are you doing some studies? And I ask and I say, I mean, I try to avoid any questions much further. Yes, after all that, Kausalya also didn't couldn't accept all these things. Chandramani Devi also couldn't accept. Bhuneshwari Devi also couldn't accept. They that such a great people couldn't accept. Then to speak of common people, and I accept and also respect her feelings and emotions. She's a mother definitely, and also I told even now you. I mean, she tried for quite a few years. I said if I was in your case, I would have tried for a few days, and afterwards I said this rogue doesn't want to leave with her or whatever, and I used to desert whoever is in my place, and still you are persisting. Really, I admire your patience and persistence. And she tells a routine joke, a routine story. Yeah, I am your mother. I can't leave. But your mother till death will be there like that. She used to tell her stories. Yeah.
But at least if in class 9th only you have decided that you will join. So that is
Yeah.
Samaskar probably.
8th I decided, 9th it got confirmed. That's all. Sri Ramakrishna's grace, I can say,
Yes.
when we are young itself, Sri Ramakrishna came to our life. It is not that we went to him, he came in our life and he is protecting. That's only because in young age only he came and he gave so many things for us. Probably that was a strong base, I got it. That's the reason I was able to go for that. I don't know afterwards if he had come and all, I don't know whether we could have taken this life and all. And that's a little bit a life of full of distractions or whatever. It is his will or his grace. That's all I can say. Some backlog was there, some punya was done probably in the previous life, some point of time. So that punya has got. So that I went to Sri Ramakrishna, I cannot say Sri Ramakrishna came to me or whatever I can say. That's what we are living under Kalpataru tree. We should remember that. The more and more we remember, that more and more upheavals, emotional upheavals comes down, and we can live happily and peacefully. ठीक है छाने कुछ और विजुअल स्ट्रांग दो सोई जावे
Na Maharaj. Actually means we are so much entangled, and I think we are happy to be entangled. That is the problem.
yes, 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 definitely.
So Maharaj, what about the next class?
Next class. 24th we shall have.
Yes.
24th we shall have. August whole month not possible. There are so many things, I think.
Huh?
Let us see August, but I think Sritanji Maharaj is coming, and so many. I'm traveling to France if I get a visa and all. So August may be difficult.
Okay. Okay. So means from the beginning of the August.
Yeah,
So when is Sweetanandaji Maharaj coming?
Sritanji is coming on 22nd. If
Okay.
I get a visa, then I'll be traveling to first week of August. And first week of August, going to for 5 6 days for France, then coming back, then arrangements of Maharaj visit and so many things are there. August may be difficult. Yeah, let me see. July we can
When
have.
are you coming to Delhi?
I don't know. Twice I planned to come to India, but it didn't happen. Then I said, Thakur, it is your will is not there. Okay, whenever your will prevails, then I will come to India. Certainly, I'll go to Belur Math. That's certain, no doubt. If I come to India, and where other places I go, I'm not planned or I've not thought of it.
You must be coming to Bangalore, Maharaj.
I hope so.
So we are in Bangalore. We'll be eagerly waiting to meet you.
Yeah, there are so many invitations all over India from so many monks and
Okay.
devotees. Let me try. Yeah, that
Okay,
is.
Maharaj. Then
Yeah, Ramakrishna.
Jai Ram Krishna.
Pranam, Maharaj. Jai Ram.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam Maharaj.